ClaretsTV speaking to Chelsea manager Robbie Simpson after the draw at Hemel tonight. Robbie, that was an end-to-end game, a good one for the neutral, I suppose. What's your thoughts on that?
Yeah, it was a tiring one. It was a really intense game. I didn't feel like speaking of intensity, I didn't feel like we started with the correct intensity on the pitch. They seemed to come at us and stick it on us as determined to be, and we didn't match their intensity in the first period of the game. Probably the first half of the first half. Actually, probably until we were forced into the sub, we didn't play the game how I wanted us to play. I feel like we played too quickly with the ball, and then we were too slow without it. And I wanted us to be the complete opposite, really, quite slow and composed on the ball, and making sure we're quick in the transition to win the ball back, and then calm the first pass, and then play a real fluid passing game. So I was really disappointed with the first period of the first half, and we deservedly went behind. We got what we deserved, and I wouldn't say that woke us up. I feel like the changes that we were forced to make actually really helped us, because Cameron is who wasn't due to play today, because he's so soon back from injury, and on this surface here today, it would have been really wrong and selfish of us to play him, but we had to. He came on. I feel like he was a real calming influence on the ball, got us passing from back there, and I feel like that latter end of the first half we were really good. Played some lovely stuff. The change of shape helped. Scored a great goal, and again that started from Cameron. Probably should have had one more at least in that first half, and then we continued it in the second half. I thought we were completely dominant for the majority of the second half. How we haven't scored, their goalies pulled off a couple of amazing saves, and their goals led a charmed life with hitting the bar and the post numerous times. And I think there's probably only one of those multiple chances where I feel like we chose the wrong option with our finish. I think all the others were actually good decisions, good connections, but just didn't go in either by the post or the keeper. So it was annoying that we couldn't put the game to bed, because I felt like how we performed in that period, probably from about 25 to 30 minutes into the first half until about 15 minutes before the end. I thought we were brilliant, and they made a change and went forward pretty quickly, and I felt like we could have been a bit brave with our line. I felt like we maybe sunk a bit too deep too early when they made their changes. I feel like we could have still implemented us on them rather than the changes that they make have an effect. I feel like we could have nullified that a bit better. But we defended pretty well, a lot of pressure. And then they get the equaliser. We still carried a threat going forward, like we always do. I felt like we were going to score every time we went forward, and how we've only scored 2, I'll never know. But yeah, we're disappointed we haven't come away with a victory today.
We're not getting a lot of luck with injuries, especially central midfielders at the moment, with Rory injured and Louis gone off injured tonight, and Arthur still suspended. Callum Watts leaving, so I suppose Archie and Charlie had to play deeper, did a decent job in there, although there wasn't much midfield in the game today.
Yeah, and Blackie injured, and Kane getting injured on Saturday, who played in there. The curse of the central midfielders. Yeah, we've got plenty of options, but we were down to a pretty thin squad before today, and then we've lost another one. But we're really hopeful we'll get Rory back before the weekend. Really hopeful, but we'll have to see. He's going to try and train on Thursday, so if he gets through that'd be great to have him back, especially now we've lost Louis. But yeah, I just want to really finish on from that period after about half an hour in the first half to 15 minutes in the second. That is us, and that is us at our intense, fluid best, looking so threatening, and when the opposition winning it back early or while being on the front foot when we're deep and sustaining attack. So that is how I want us to look, and I feel like I didn't see that on Saturday, and I walked away from Saturday pretty depressed with how we played. Really, I thought we really let Farnborough off. But today we made Hemel work really, really hard to get anything from that game, and in all honesty, we should have put the game to bed.
Okay, and look at the league table. We've won 4, drawn 4, lost 4 at the moment. So I suppose, what does that say about our season? Sort of positive signs, but things to work on.
Yeah, inconsistent really. Although we're going in runs, I guess. We went on a run of not winning, a run of winning, and now we're on 2 games without a win. Although it's important, we've not lost 2 in a row, which is really important. And I always feel like whenever you lose a game, you just make sure you don't lose the next one, and then build yourself into the following one. So I'm pleased. I'm disappointed we haven't won today, of course, given the chances we had. But I'm pleased we didn't lose back-to-back games, because that's important for us.
Okay, thanks, Simo. We'll see you back at Melbourne on Saturday.
Thanks, Ben.